Hey guys, so I have a review for you today, and I will be reviewing Existence by Abbi Glines. So I ordered this book on Amazon, and when it came in, I was actually kind of surprised. I was kind of expecting it to be more like the format being like a book that you pick up in a regular bookstore, and it's kind of not. It's a little bit bigger. The paper, the way things are just typed out, it just feels different. So for characters, we have Pagan Moore, who's 17 years old and is in high school. And then we have Death, whose name is Dank Walker. Yes, Dank, as in D-A-N-K. So another character is Leaf, who Pagan starts to date, and even though that she's really attracted to Dank. And then some minor characters, we have Miranda and Wyatt, who are Pagan's best friends. Okay, so just jumping into the review, I was really intrigued and excited about this book. So the story is about a 17-year-old girl. Her name is Pagan Moore, and throughout her whole entire life, she has been able to see spirits or dead ghosts, just people who have passed on. And the intriguing thing is that she can ignore them, like they never speak to her or anything like that. She just sees them wandering around. So imagine her surprise when one day a really gorgeous, good-looking, and dapper spirit showed up and he talked to her. Her mind, the story kind of just takes off from there. Through a series of certain events, Pagan discovers that her spirit isn't really a ghost. He happens to be Death himself. So the characters in the story are actually pretty good, even though that they do have their flaws. So throughout the whole story, the pacing was pretty consistent, even though there were some parts in about the middle, about midway point through this book, where it just kind of like really slowed down. So I did have some issues with this story. So I really think that if there would have been more scenes in the book between Death and Pagan where we could kind of like see them establish the relationship and get some like hardcore depth in there, at least just a little bit, it would have really helped the story a lot. Besides it just coming across as a crazy 17-year-old who is definitely physically attracted to someone. So, but as a reader, you're kind of like, okay, I get it. He's really hot. But what else do you actually know about him? Not too much. One of my biggest complaints about this book is that there are some aspects in it that seem really unrealistic, which I understand if there's a couple of things, but there were multiple things, and then that just kind of like added up. And then there's like a really big thing that was like a whole section of the book where it was kind of important during this section of the book. It kind of like let things unfold the way that they did towards the end. So it just made it that less believable. So when you combine all the other minor things that are kind of unbelievable, it just adds up to it being a lot of stuff, which is really disappointing and kind of maddening. I really enjoyed the plot idea with how this whole entire story revolves around a girl and then this relationship that she has with this guy who she ends up finding out is Death. It was really nice to come across a book that's in the whole paranormal romance genre that didn't really revolve around vampires or werewolves. So with all that being said, I just want to add that the end of the story is actually pretty good, as in everything kind of ends happily and in a good sort of way. And I'm just gonna have to admit it, I'm probably going to read the sequel to this story simply because of the last line in the whole entire book, and I just need to know, what is he then? So with all that being said, I'm going to be giving Existence by Abbi Glines 2.5 stars. Alright guys, so that's what I have for you. I hope it was helpful and you got some insight on whether this is something that you would like or enjoy reading. So until next time, later.